The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.
This is Denise Nostrom, CEO and founder of Diversified Financial Solutions. Navigating the world of investing alone is complicated, messy, and scary at times. At Diversified Financial Solutions, we know that. That's why we prioritize being there with you first and foremost. It's not just about where to invest, but why. Matching your goals with a personalized strategy. Are you investing for your future retirement, trying to save for your children's education, saving to buy another home, retired and want to maximize your income, concerned with leaving money for your loved ones? Or like so many of us, is it an ever-changing combination of them all? Call me at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691. Or visit us at financialchickshow.com. For over 30 years, I've been helping individuals, families, and business owners navigate evolving market conditions with only one priority, my clients. Visit me, Denise Nostrom, founder of Diversified Financial Solutions, at financialchickshow.com or call at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691 for a conversation about my most important client, you. Happy Friday. Well, what a nice day it was. Well, it makes sense because it was a weekday, right? What the heck happened on Memorial Day weekend? Anyone? I don't even know. So you were waterlogged, right, Zach? Yeah, it was pretty bad. And not to mention that it was waterlogged, but it was so cold and the rain just did not let up. It was okay that it was raining. No, it really wasn't okay that it was raining, but like it just didn't stop. There was no break in the action. We spent the weekend on the boat over at Watch Hill Fire Island. It was nice to get away, but I could not work on my tan or even wear shorts, unfortunately. That wasn't in the cards. But we spent a lot of time at the new restaurant, Whalehouse Point at Watch Hill. So a big shout out to Bill and Jordan. We had a great time. And they made the rain days very bearable. It just was a kick in the teeth that we just couldn't enjoy the first Memorial Day or the Memorial Day weekend, which is an official first weekend of summer. But honestly, we haven't really been able to enjoy them in a really long time. So last Memorial Day actually was pretty good, but the past several have just been very cold. I remember back in the day, my birthday's around in April, and I probably said this before, but I normally can just wear I was able to wear a dress with like maybe a little sweater. Now you're wearing like heavy coats for the winter. It's just crazy. But we came home on Monday, and of course in the afternoon the sun came out and it warmed up to 70 degrees, and then the next day we had to go back to work. And I just pray that we have a really good summer of weekends, or we talked about it in the office, what we may do is just now work on the weekends and then take some days off during the week. That might be the way to slay it. I'm not really sure. But after the winter we had, we truly deserve the good weekend. So I really hope that's going to happen. But I hope you are all doing well on this, last Friday in May. Can you believe that? My engineer, Zach, is shaking his head. I don't know. It was just New Year's Eve, and now we're going to be going into June, right? So almost the half year. I'm blown away.
It went so fast.
It's going so fast. And you know what's really weird is that it doesn't matter the age. Anybody you talk to, I had my intern, the return employee that actually just finished her first year of school at Cornell was back today, first day at work. And she's like, oh my gosh, she's like 18. She's like, time is going so fast. I can't believe it. And I'm like, for you? So it doesn't matter, whether you're in your 90s or your teens, everybody's saying the same thing. So there's something to this, I think. I'm not sure what, though.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know
you get older and time goes slower.
You think? I don't think.
Or faster. Sorry.
I was going to say, no, it doesn't. Yeah, but then the young ones, I don't know. It's a whole head trip. I don't know. We're going to have to do some research and then get back to you. But this week, the stock market was mostly driven by three themes. We had AI, which is, I just went to an AI webinar, or actually not webinar, but an action in-person seminar last night, which was amazing. I was kind of excited for myself because I actually knew more about it than I thought I did. So that was really good. But the week was driven by AI enthusiasm and tech earnings. We had interest rate and inflation worries, and we had big swings in crude oil prices tied to Middle East tensions. So basically, overall stocks, it was a very strong week. Was led, of course, by technology, which has been pretty much a similar situation that we've seen for a while. The major U.S. indexes stayed near record highs, especially the NASDAQ and S&P 500. Investors keep piling their money into AI-related companies after strong earnings and guidance from semiconductor and infrastructure firms. So things are still going. Things are still exciting and very wild. A little nerve-wracking, too. I almost kind of feel sometimes that when the market's down, we have more opportunities. When the markets are up, it makes me a little nervous. But we'll see. I mean, things are kind of moving along. But at the same time, what were investors nervous about? We had persistent inflation fears. I know my husband just bought a new truck for work. He's a car carrier, owns a transport company. And the thing that, of course, is killing him is diesel fuel. And so that's something that's an issue. So persistent inflation, people are nervous about rising treasury yields and whether the Federal Reserve may keep rates higher for longer. So we had heard the trends that rates would be coming down this year, and now that's did a 180, and now they even might be talking about increasing rates. We're not sure. We have a new Fed chairman. So everything's up in the air. So no solidification as to what the direction is going to be at this moment, but we're watching it as usual. So the market basically spent the week balancing AI boom expansion or optimism versus higher rates and inflation risk. So it's like good, bad, and ugly, I guess you could say. But the big news of the week was actually crude oil. So crude oil had a volatile week, but it ended lower overall, which is a good thing. Usually when we say things are lower, that's not a good thing, except rates. But we're happy that oil prices are down. So oil prices initially stayed elevated because traders were worried about the Iran conflict risks, potential supply disruptions, and of course the good old Strait of Hormuz situation. But by the end of the week, crude fell sharply after reports suggested that a possible easing in U.S.-Iran tensions. I just hope that's true. We've heard this many times before. Hopefully we're getting closer. I feel we are, but hopefully we'll get there. Even just coming here on the way to the show, regular has been like 449, 459. I sorted 429. So usually it doesn't react that quickly, but hopefully now the stations will give us a little bit of a break, and we'll see those prices come down. Let's see. So by the end of the week, though, crude oil, so I said, so the Iran tensions, but better odds of a ceasefire extension. So that's in play. And then, of course, reduced fears of major supply disruptions. And this is so interesting when this reporting comes out, because sometimes you'll listen to the news in the morning and they'll tell you all this barrage of stuff like that is going on. And then in the afternoon, it's totally different. Everything is different. So you just have to kind of keep your hand on the pulse and just make sure you listen in the afternoon, because things have changed and you still have in your head what happened in the morning. And that's not so good. But according to reports, Brent crude is now on track for its steepest monthly drop since 2020. So again, it's I love these, the headlines. It's feast or famine. But earlier this spring, oil did spike over 120 a barrel, and today it was trading around 87. So that's a really, really good. That's really good news for everybody, and that's going to help everybody, because oil, everything. My husband with filling up the trucks, filling up the truck. But now you got to realize that when you're getting your car moved, it might cost you a little bit more because he's got to pay for the extra costs, and that's going to be the same thing with food and for clothing and everything like that, retail. So hopefully with this, hopefully we get some good news soon. But obviously, this week's decline helped calm inflation fears somewhat, which supported stocks. And, the euphoria is back, So the big picture right now, the market narrative looks like this. AI spending boom is a strong bullish move for tech. Higher inflation, it could be negative for bonds and some stocks, depending on where you're looking at. Smaller companies get hit, mid-sized companies. Falling oil this week helped ease inflation concerns, which is really, really a big thing, because that hits our pockets directly. So we want to really get that in check. Fed uncertainty, it's going to keep the volatility elevated. We don't really know. We don't have a direction right now. Hopefully that'll be a little bit clearer. Just like we don't like in our own life, we don't like uncertainty. The market doesn't like uncertainty too. So you're going to see more volatility and things get a little crazy. And then geopolitically, it's still a wild card. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, there's always something that's going on, but I think we have a solid administration, and I feel that things are going to go very well. At least we've got adults in charge and, things are being taken care of, or at least addressed. In the past, we hadn't seen things being addressed. So the key thing next week that investors are going to be watching is the upcoming U.S. job reports and inflation data, because those could determine whether the Fed does stay aggressive on rates or not. So that's basically an update, but I am so excited. I'm delighted to have a guest with me today in the studio. He's sitting here right now, but he's getting ready. He's pumped up. I want to introduce you, Chris Yorke, who is the sales director at Associated Pension Consultants out of Melville, right?
Oh, I'm excited. Thank you so much for having me. And as you talk about gas, Mike Butler in our office this week, his son got a job in California. And he drove from New York to California.
Oh, my God. Did he have to empty out his entire...
I don't know how much it cost.
His whole savings account?
But he did a really smart thing. He stopped by Cleveland, saw the Knicks in person. Then he went to a White Sox game and a Brewers game. So he had a really good time. But
all right.
I'm going to find out Monday how much he spent in gas.
Oh, my God. Well, yeah, we'll have to report back. But we're going to finish up this segment, but you're going to be right on. We're going to get right into it the next segment. But you are all listening to The Financial Chick Show. I'm The Financial Chick, the company's diversified financial solutions. I look for solutions when you feel like there are none. Feel free to contact me at 631-758-8691. Stay tuned after the break. Welcome back. This is Denise Nostrom, the Financial Chick. The company's in Medford, and you can reach me at 631-758-8691 or visit my website at financialchickshow.com. I am here to help you on your financial journey. Over the years, things changed, and I'm here to help you navigate all those changes. Well, I am excited to have in the studio with me today. Even though we're having problems with Facebook Live today, we're still going to make it happen, and hopefully we can pull it out at some point. But I'm delighted to have in the studio with me Chris Yorke, who is the sales director of Associated Pension Consultants. And we've been working together for how long now?
For many years.
Many years.
It may be karma. I've always been told I have a face for radio, so that's why maybe the Facebook isn't working.
Oh, no. Well, it really adds the extra flair, but, we'll see. I don't know. Something's going down here, and I can't make it happen. So this is technology. This is the world we live in.
Absolutely.
But how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
I'm doing great. It's funny hearing your first segment about the weather and everything on Memorial Day. Mm-hmm. We go to Breezy Point in the summers.
Oh, okay.
And last weekend, no, it's not worth it. It's going to rain all weekend. And then Saturday, I had that dad debate. Do we put the heat on? Do we put the heat on Saturday of Memorial Day weekend? And I caved. We put it on for a second just to bring a little chill out.
Just to, right, exactly.
But the whole time you're thinking, this is Memorial Day weekend.
So much for that global warming, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad they changed that to climate change. But I mean, I know that, it's been hot in some places. It's definitely, Florida's really, kicking it and stuff like that. I just wish they would share.
By the way, not when I was there. I was in Florida in January.
Thank you. Me either.
And it was 29 degrees in Naples when I was at a conference, and I did not even bring clothes to prepare for it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did prepare. I was there in February, and people that have been listening, I did some sail fishing down in Pompano Beach. 10-foot swells. It was 25 knots wind, and it was 45 degrees in February on the water. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like, when you see pictures of it, we did catch a sailfish. We looked like we were fishing in Alaska.
Well, summer's coming. It's here.
Is it?
It's
no, okay, all right. During the weekend.
When we go back Monday, like you said, it's June. Yeah. It's June. There will be no more heat discussions. We will not talk about that till October, November. So we're good.
All right, that's good. And then we ease those bills and everything like that. So it all works out good. It's perfect.
Absolutely. Open windows.
Yeah. So tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm working in the retirement plan field for over 30 years. I have been with Associated Pension Consultants going on 15 years. I have a very easy date for me to remember my first day, 1/1/1/1/1/1.
Get out,
I started Veterans Day of 2011, so my start date is right in my head. So
wow.
I know what it is. So, but it's great. My job is to work with people like you and your clients and help people save for retirement. It's amazing how many people need help and they're just not getting it. They're just not getting it. It's scary.
Absolutely. So what do you do at Associated Pensions to help people like me?
Yeah, so I'm our sales director, but you can't sell these things. You can't. you have to explain it. I'm more of a teacher.
Yes.
Yeah, because when you're putting a plan together, it's the design, it's the education, it's the investments, it's the cost, it's everything, picking a record keeper. So when we're dealing with a business owner, just like we've done in the past, are you recruiting? Is this retention? Is this about the mandate, which we're going to spend a lot of time talking about?
Absolutely. That's an important thing.
Are we looking for additional tax deductions? Are your employees leaving? Are they knocking on your door asking for help? But the scariest thing is the lack of education for employees. Somebody that enrolled in a plan when the market is going down, their first time. If the market's going down, they're going to go into the plan very conservative. Somebody that enrolls in a plan when the market's going up is going to go aggressive.
Throw it against the wall.
The beauty of these plans can also be a detriment. It's autopilot. Somebody that picks 5% of their pay, 5 years from now, they're likely still putting in 5% of their pay.
True.
What they invested in, they're still invested. So what's crazy is one of the statistics that we look at is somebody's course of retirement is often dictated by what was the economic climate when you joined. So it's making sure that people get out there, because there's all these great tools, mobile apps, websites. People don't use them. What you do with
you
your
probably
clients.
see that because you can see all those statistics and stuff like that.
Yeah. People, it's what is it? 48% of people have been on their 401k website more than once. The first time is enrollment.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's it.
That's what people do. They go on autopilot. They get their statement. They look and they see what it is, and they don't get help. And the laws are structured that the business owners can't really help the employees. If I'm an employee, I have no idea what to invest in, and they ask the owner, what should I invest in?
Exactly. Or the person who sits next to them.
Absolutely. But if you ask the owner and the owner gives you an answer, what to invest in, they've now taken a huge risk from a fiduciary standpoint. So people really need you. They need people like you that can go out there and meet participants, help them go through, because it's really the Wild West. So I help the businesses, I help the financial advisors, and the financial advisors like yourself that are really strong in making sure that there's an education for the plan after it's done.
Yeah.
We were talking right before we went online, or right before we got on. You were just at one of our mutual clients. Was it yesterday or this week?
Yep, on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah. And what we see is, especially for those that work in bigger companies, they don't see anybody.
Yeah.
They don't see anybody. So education is what's really needed in these plans. But what we're going to talk about during the next segment is the mandate, because there's anywhere from 8 to 13,000 businesses on Long Island that have more than 10 employees that do not have a retirement plan, and they have to have a retirement plan.
Right.
The new laws have been put in place that they have to have a retirement plan, and next year, if they don't, the employer will be fined $250 per employee. And if they're not caught the first year and they're caught the second year, it's $500 per employee. So there's a lot to talk about what the options are and how to really go through all of that.
Yeah. And it's very interesting what you said, so we did have the meeting with the 401k. So we go in there to just avail ourselves to, or make ourselves available, I should say, to answer any questions that we had. And it's a very interesting thing. This is like the psychology of the markets and 401ks and everything like that. When everything is going well, everybody's a genius, right? So nobody really has questions. They're like, I'm happy. Everything's great. When things are bad, like kind of like what you said before, when things are not going so well, the line would have been around the office there, like we were in the conference room, would have been down the hallway of people asking questions. We had a few people come in, had some questions stuff, but it really, a lot of people didn't participate. So, which was very interesting to me.
Well, I know socially, when I go out and the market's going well and people ask me the icebreaker, how's work? They're looking for the answer, fine. they do not want any details on anything. But when it's turned or there's changes, you have like, how's work? And everything's fine. And then you get somebody whisper to you in the corner, hey, if you got a minute, can I talk to you? Or, you mind if I send you a statement, if you could take a quick peek?
Like,
but when the market's going well, everybody's like, yeah, Chris, keep going, because the autopilot mentality. So right now, people aren't asking me a lot of work questions socially.
I know. Well, everybody's feeling good. They're feeling nice. You know what I mean?
Feeling good.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people that I know that work for small companies that don't have one, they're going to, if you're an employer and you don't have one, you better get one, because the employees are about to be notified about it. They're going to hear about it.
Yeah, we want to hear more about that, because that is an important thing. And I know because we talk, but I'm sure a lot of people have no idea that this is coming down the pike.
No.
And if they do know, they don't know what the heck to do to make it happen.
Absolutely.
So it'll be very interesting.
It's been a long time coming for New York State, a very long time, and I'll explain during the next segment.
I'm so everybody's got to stay tuned. There's so much exciting, juicy information. And if you work for a said company that doesn't have a plan, this is an opportunity to finally start putting some monies away. So it's pretty cool.
If you don't have a plan, call Denise.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. When we work together here.
Yeah.
So you're listening to the Financial Chick Show. I'm here with Chris Yorke, the Sales Director of Associated Pensions. We're going to talk all about 401k. So stay tuned after the break. This is Denise Nostrom, CEO and founder of Diversified Financial Solutions. Navigating the world of investing alone is complicated, messy, and scary at times. At Diversified Financial Solutions, we know that. That's why we prioritize being there with you first and foremost. It's not just about where to invest, but why. Matching your goals with a personalized strategy. Are you investing for your future retirement? Trying to save for your children's education? Saving to buy another home? Retired and want to maximize your income? Concerned with leaving money for your loved ones? Or like so many of us, is it an ever-changing combination of them all? Call me at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691. Or visit us at financialchickshow.com. For over 30 years, I've been helping individuals, families, and business owners navigate evolving market conditions with only one priority, my clients. Visit me, Denise Nostrom, founder of Diversified Financial Solutions, at financialchickshow.com, or call at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691 for a conversation about my most important client, you. Well, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in again after the break. We're very excited to have today in the studio with me Chris Yorke, who is Sales Director with Associated Pensions. 401k plans, biggest thing, this is usually an asset that, other than your home, is one of your biggest assets that you have. And it's really important to take some care about it. And it's even more important for employers to do the right thing with their employees too. So we're going to find out that now it's just not being nice. Now it's required, right?
Oh, it is required.
Yeah. But I want to kind of jump back for a second. So we talked about with 401k plans and that people set it and forget it. And, they're not, looking at their plans and everything like that. Now, let's talk a little bit about the fact that the one time that they go on their website or their app on their phone is when they have to enroll.
Right.
Now, that's changed a little bit because now people are being automatically enrolled for most plans. Is that true?
Yeah, only a government can come up with this date, December 29th of 2022, because 1/1/23 would have made sense. But every new plan written that has 10 or more employees has to have automatic enrollment. So what that means is participants, when they become eligible, what has always happened in the past, they have a choice of whether or not they want to join. They still have that choice. Mm-hmm. If somebody can choose anything 3%, 10%, somebody could choose 0. And people do. People live paycheck to paycheck. Times are tough.
Absolutely.
Prices, we're talking about gas, et cetera. We understand.
Sure.
And somebody chooses 0, that's a choice.
Yeah.
But we all know people, and you could probably think of a few off the top of your head, that no matter how many notifications you send them, they're ignored, they're in spam, they forget.
Yeah.
If they forget, they are automatically going into the 401k plan. Anywhere from 3 to 10%, depending on what the employer decides. So the employee has 90 days to make a choice of, I want to get this money out of there. Trust me, it doesn't take 90 days. It takes 1 or 2 paychecks the first time somebody sees their paycheck went down without their permission.
Like, what happened?
Yeah, they're not waiting 90 days. They're going down the hall, and they may get the lecture of, well, you ignored 17 emails or whatever it was, or didn't come to the meeting. But they have 90 days to say, give me my money back. And they do. They get their money back. But one thing that we don't say in our industry is that it's seamless. It seems. Because there's distribution forms that, it's not taxable, but it's reportable. So it's really important for an employer to make sure you get 100% engagement. So what we have seen some employers do, as I mentioned, they could pick anywhere from 3 to 10%. Psychologically, if you have 3% down, an employee that doesn't want to join sees 3%, they may forget, they may not do it. We have seen more and more employers put down 10%. Wow. Because the employee sees it, if you don't respond by X date, 10% comes out of your pay.
And you're going to see that. That's pretty substantial, yeah.
That's where do I get rid of this? Now, they can pick whatever they want.
Right.
But when people go to 10%, and for the state plan, with the state mandate, if they don't choose a plan, they're forced into the New York State plan. That can be really hard for an employer because it's automatic enrollment on day one. So when somebody's hired, you have to enroll them, whether they're 18 or not. So we were talking beforehand.
What do you mean? So even younger?
Yeah, 18 years old. Okay. 18 years old. So we were talking during the break or before we came out here. I was asking what your daughter's doing. And my kid's a lifeguard, working in a deli. They're doing their jobs. They're all over 18.
True.
Yeah, in our eyes, they're kids, but they're over 18. They think about what's going on as we talked about Memorial Day. How many businesses hire kids? They're home from college. They're coming in and they're only going to be there for a little while. Then they're going to go back to college. They're going to be automatically enrolled into the state plan.
Wow. So the state plan, there's no you have to be there for a certain amount of time. It's just you work here and you're getting enrolled into a plan, whether you like it or not. Wow. A part I didn't know.
So from a 401k standpoint, an employer can have kind of like they do with health. They get to decide, and that's what we work on together.
Right.
Do you want somebody to be with you 3 months, 2 months, 6 months?
Right.
If an employer is very generous and they give a rather large match or they're going to give profit sharing, they may say, I want you to be here a year before you join. Or I'll let you put your own money in, but I'm going to wait a little while to give you money. They get that choice. If they go into the state-run plan, you're immediately in. It's a Roth IRA, and an employer would have no idea if you're even qualified for a Roth IRA. So they may have somebody that's working there making $50,000, $60,000, and they're eligible for the Roth IRA, but they're married. And their spouse makes more money. Yeah. They're not eligible for the Roth IRA. But an employer would have no idea. The employer doesn't care about where your spouse may work. They only care about where you work. So there's a lot of...
So how is that going to work? So they're just New York State is just how are they doing this?
It's most states. Like New Jersey had it where it was 25 employees or more. They just lowered it to 10. Okay. New York State has 10 employees. Bill de Blasio, when he was mayor, he said it was going to be 5, and I think the world collectively ignored him, and then he went away, and then that never happened. Okay. But California has it, Connecticut has it, Illinois has it.
The blue states, more and more. But
you're going to see some red ones too. Okay. More and more states are going to have this mandate. Now, to give you an idea of this mandate, of how these 8,000 to 13,000 businesses, quote unquote, have been breaking the law, but they don't get a penalty to next year. Kathy Hochul passed this mandate on July 31st of 2021.
Oh, wow.
That you had to have a retirement plan if you had 10 or more employees. No matter age, part-time, 10 or more employees, you had to have a plan within 9 months, or you were forced into the New York State Secure Choice Program. 9 months was July 31st of 2022.
And what year are we in now?
The plan didn't exist. July 1st, 23, 24, 25. It didn't exist. It exists now.
Okay.
It does.
Now, when did it actually become like this is something, mandated?
Yeah, really at the beginning of the year. That's when we really
okay.
started seeing. There were some beta tested plans in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
But now it is live. Payroll companies know it. Nobody would know better than a payroll company if people aren't having deductions. So whether it's Paychex or ADP or Paycom or Paylocity, all these payroll companies, they're getting, they've been in Paychex and ADP deep into the 401k business. They have leads just sitting in their accounts because they know what businesses don't have it. And payroll companies that don't have their own 401k, they're contacting the record-keeping partners, whether it be Principal or John Hancock or Voya or Nationwide or you name them, Lincoln. They're trying to partner up to make sure that these clients have this option.
Gotcha.
Most employers, if I'm an employer and I want the easiest route, and we get those, I'll talk about during the next break the barbell. I'll talk about it now. We have two different types of clients that are coming on. We're getting a lot of startup plans. We have one, I should have done this years ago, and we spend all this time really designing, and it's a really great experience. And then the other side, I get to hear a lot of opinions about masks, vaccines. The government's making me do this. I never wanted to do this. My employees are doing it, but I'm not going to go into the state-run plan. And some of them are setting up 401ks. There's no match. There's no profit sharing. It's if you want in, you're in. And the tax credits are covering the cost, so it really doesn't cost anything to the
we have
employer.
to talk about that the next. We're running out of time in this segment, but the next time we'll definitely talk about that because it really behooves employers to do it because basically you can get in pretty much on the cheap. The plan is almost free.
I'll give
like
you
the costs and stuff like that.
I'll give you one quick thing. They're giving you a $500 tax credit if you offer auto enrollment.
There you go. Yeah.
But you're required to have auto enrollment. So we're shocked in our office that they're still giving that tax credit because you don't even have a choice.
Interesting.
But they're giving you the tax credit for offering it.
See, it's that's why you listen to the Financial Chick Show because you got to be in the know. There's a lot of things that are out there. That's why we bring on the specialists because there's so many rules and regulations and people just don't hear about it, but you hear about it here. And Chris, thank you.
You got it.
Well, listen, stay tuned. We have the last segment of the week, but please stay tuned. We have so much more. Well, welcome back. You are listening to the Financial Chick Show. This is Denise Nostrom. The company is Diversified Financial Solutions. I help you look for financial solutions when you feel like there are none. You can reach me at financialchickshow.com or call me at 631-758-8691. Today we are talking all about 401k plans and things you may not know, whether you're a business owner or even an employee. We have a little bit for everybody. But I have with me today Chris Yorke, Sales Director of Associated Pension Consultants. We've been colleagues and working together for, many years. Many years. And a really great working relationship.
And as I look at your cup, I remembered when I saw it.
Oh, your wife.
We both do. No, me too.
You too. That's right. That's how you met your wife.
Yeah, I met my wife.
Well, the twins. I was the twins, in the UC. They were very involved. And, And then we came to this revelation that your wife, and I was like, oh my gosh, I do remember her.
Yeah, Delphi University. Yeah.
Cheers to them, right?
Go Panthers.
Good stuff. Go Panthers.
We were the Panthers, right?
We were the Panthers, and the lacrosse team is killing it.
Yeah.
Killing it. Yeah, they're just winning everything. So
when we were there, my cousin was on the team.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, Mike Balboni is now the new president.
I do.
Yeah.
That's recent.
Just very recent. Yeah. There was an interim president. The last president had some issues. We won't go there. But, but yeah. Very interesting.
When we were there, they had the ad campaign, Harvard, the Adelphi of Massachusetts.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why don't I remember that?
Because it went over like a lead balloon.
And that's probably why. I was just saying, and I was like, go Panthers. I was a cheerleader there and everything, But oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So it goes. We go way back. We didn't know each other in college,
no,
but we might have passed in the hallway or something.
We probably did.
We did.
I was out there. I was a little thinner, I had more hair, although I have a full head of hair.
You do?
I shaved my head for, the cancer.
Right.
All of the fundraising I do. So that's great.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
You do a lot of great stuff with that. So
it's my
it's
passion.
wonderful. And your son is doing amazing.
He's awesome.
Okay.
He's
good stuff.
awesome. He's awesome. I'll put something on the link about it later on my link. But yeah, this is great. This is great. Everybody's good.
That's good. And that's what we want to hear. And that's what it's all about. And that's why we do what we do, so we can help other families and, of course, provide for our own families. That's really, if we wean it down, that's it, right?
And almost as passionate about the 401k plan. So this is great.
It is all good. So we're talking about this mandate that New York State has, and many other states, but we'll just stick with New York right now. And so tell us more about what people should be doing or need to do, or if you're an employee, what should you be aware of?
Well, if you're an employee, you should be aware if you are offered a retirement plan. If you're not offered a retirement plan and you're in a group that has 10 or more employees, you have to have one. Mm-hmm. So talk to your employer. Are we getting one? Are we setting one up? Right now, we are setting up a lot of plans. So maybe, and obviously we have very worthy competitors out there. So maybe your business is already in a process of setting one up. Mm-hmm. It does take a good 60 days to get one up and running. In some cases, it could be 30 days, depending on how passionate it is. Summer, it's generally 60 days. You send emails out, and you get a lot of out-of-office replies, especially if you do them on Mondays and Fridays. But generally you're looking 30, 60 days to get something up and running. But with the mandate, so the way the mandate works is if you go into the New York State plan, there are pros to it. And there are some businesses that will tell them, you're better off going to the state plan. It's free. Mm-hmm. It's hard to beat free.
That's true.
There's no match.
You get what you pay for.
Oh, you get what you pay for. If you're an employer looking to save for yourself, you're probably not qualified to be in the plan that you're offering. Because the Roth income limits, etc. But
so it's just a basic Roth then. It's not really. It's
Roth IRAs. That's
what
all it is.
Okay.
It's state-run Roth IRAs, and one of the problems is, let's say you are a very good saver. Well, I know you're a great saver, but let's say you're a really good saver and you've been doing a Roth on your own. The Roth limit is still there.
Right.
So now your employer puts you in this, and you wouldn't think.
This is so like the government. They don't really think of everything. No. They're very like with the blinders on. We look at everything.
So with the 401ks, when it comes to the employer, give you some range of costs. For us to do a plan with like 20 employees or less, it's like $140 a month with a one-time setup fee of like $1,000. But the government has a really crude definition of compensation. You're highly compensated or you're not. It's crude. If you are a business owner, you're highly compensated. If you own 5%, if you're related to that owner, you're highly compensated. If you made over $160,000, you're highly compensated. If you're not any of those, you're not highly compensated. The government is giving you a tax credit to set up a 401k plan or any other type of plan, simple SEP, profit sharing, toward administration, of $250 per non-highly compensated eligible employee. It doesn't matter if they join. And then I added the other $500 for tax credit. So if we had a 10-person plan, 10 non-highly compensated people, that's $2,500. Plus the $500 is $3,000. Our fee for $140 a month is $1,680. So you're getting tax credits toward the expenses of the plan, and we're not even charging enough to cover all of those. So if they have other costs out of pocket, they could use the tax credits toward that if it's for the plan. So the government is doing everything they can to get people to save for retirement because they're concerned. Yeah. They're concerned about people hitting their mid-60s and not having a dime to save because we all taxpayers are going to have to pay for that. Right. So let's make sure the employers have these plans So if you don't have a retirement plan and you're out there, you have 10 employees or more, that you're 10 colleagues, or go into the office. Hey, are we getting a retirement plan? They're going to find out. The payroll companies are reaching out to the clients, financial advisors, accountants are the last group that we're reaching out to.
Okay.
Because I mentioned all those tax credits. This is scary. There's a form 8881. It's an IRS form. Believe it or not, it's one page. It's easy. Tax form 8881. That's where the accountant files for the tax credits. We reach out to all of our startup clients. Make sure you get this to your accountant. We follow up. If I were to guess what percent of businesses that qualify for the tax credits in 2024, we don't have 25 yet, filed for it.
Small number?
6.
Get out.
94% of not our clients, but 94% of businesses that had these tax credits available to them didn't take it.
Wow.
It's almost like when you went to Staples and you got a receipt as long as your arm and there were rebates and it wound up in your glove box or your purse and you wound up being in the garbage a day or two later, free money left out. That's what happens here.
Wow.
These tax credits are available and people aren't filing for them. So what we wind up doing right at the beginning of each year is let's look at every single plan that we wrote that's new. Tell them how many credits they have.
See, that's beautiful. That's the extra that separates, the good from the bad. I mean, we do the same types of things in our office to, reach out. People don't know. You told them one time in a meeting, but they're not going to remember that, no. So,
or they're going to think we're doing it for them. But
right. That's the other thing.
We do the tax reporting for the plan, but we don't do the taxes for the business.
Right.
So that's what their accountant needs to do.
That's
We're reaching.
Well, you just by saying that, we just gave a tremendous amount of data to people, because I think a lot of people are confused about that.
Oh my goodness, it's almost 6 o'clock.
I know, isn't it crazy how it goes
it's
so
funny
quickly?
when you say time flies. My old Irish grandfather, he passed 40 years ago, but he used to have a line when I was a kid that I found was weird, and now it makes a ton of sense. Time flies and then you're dead.
Oh my God.
Go outside and play.
Oh, okay.
But when you're a kid, you're like, that's weird.
That is right.
And then as you get older, you're like, you should go outside and play.
Well, that's what we're going to do right after we get out of here. We're going outside. We're going to play and enjoy this weather, because it actually is warm. And before the raindrops, which I think are going to come tomorrow. I don't know. Hopefully not. Sunday's going to be beautiful, though. So I want everybody to have a beautiful weekend. And Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. This is a fun way to end the week.
Well, you know what? We're going to have to do it again real soon, because we've been on the show before, but we have to do this again real soon. So we'll make that happen. All right? Take care, man.
All right.
Have a good day. Everybody, enjoy the weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Advisory services offered through Blackridge Asset Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities are offered through Peak Brokerage Services, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC. Blackridge Asset Management and Diversified Financial Solutions are separate and independent entities from Peak Brokerage Services.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.